The Cross and the Crown, year 1189. The Crusader banners flap in the dry, searing wind as two kings meet in Acre. Richard the Lionheart and a still living, though visibly weakened, King Baldwin IV. Against all odds, Baldwin has survived the ravages of leprosy due to an experimental Eastern treatment introduced by Arab Christian physicians. Though he remains frail, his mind is sharp, and more importantly, he is still king. The Alliance. Richard arrives in the Holy Land not to find a weakened Crusader state, but a still functioning Kingdom of Jerusalem with Baldwin at the helm. Instead of fighting over leadership as he did historically with other Crusader leaders, Richard respects Baldwin's authority and humility. The two kings form a rare brotherhood of mutual admiration. Baldwin, familiar with the land, advises Richard with precision and local knowledge. Richard supplies elite troops, heavy cavalry, and siege engines. Key changes in the campaign. 1. Unity among Crusaders. With Baldwin acting as a central authority, infighting between the French, English, and local nobles is drastically reduced. The nobles of Outremer, who once bickered and betrayed, fall in line under Baldwin's charisma and Richard's fearsome presence. Battle of Acre, 1189–1191. Historically a long and bloody siege, it ends months earlier due to precise cooperation between Baldwin's forces and Richard's engineering. Saladin's supply lines are cut with help from local Christian allies. The city surrenders sooner, minimizing Crusader casualties and boosting morale. March toward Jerusalem. Instead of stopping short as Richard did historically, Baldwin urges a direct but cautious march on Jerusalem. Using Baldwin's knowledge of the terrain and Richard's aggressive strategy, the Crusaders defeat Saladin at the Battle of Ramla, inflicting heavy losses. Saladin, outmaneuvered and overextended, retreats toward Damascus. The recapture of Jerusalem. In 1191, under joint command, the Crusaders liberate Jerusalem from Saladin's control. The gates are opened not by fire and sword, but by negotiated surrender. As Saladin, recognizing Baldwin's honor and Richard's strength, prefers to spare the city from further bloodshed, the new order in the Holy Land won, the Treaty of Jerusalem, 1192. Jerusalem is restored to Christian rule, but Muslims and Jews are guaranteed safety and freedom of worship, a clause Baldwin insists upon. Saladin signs the treaty personally, respecting Baldwin's chivalry and Richard's prowess. The Crusader kingdom rebuilt, Baldwin appoints a capable heir, possibly Raymond of Tripoli or another loyal noble, to succeed him with Richard's endorsement. Richard leaves troops and a steady supply route via Acre and Tyre before returning to England, confident in Baldwin's leadership. Long-term consequences. 1. A stable Christian presence in the Holy Land. With Jerusalem secured and the kingdom unified, future crusades become less necessary. The alliance sets a precedent for coexistence, encouraging European leaders to send pilgrims and scholars instead of armies. To respect from the Muslim world, Baldwin's justice and Richard's bravery earn admiration even from Muslim chroniclers. Instead of demonizing the Franks, some Muslim historians write about their chivalry and nobility. 3. Early cross-cultural renaissance. As peace lasts in the region, cultural exchange flourishes. Medical, philosophical, and technological ideas are exchanged between Christians, Jews, and Muslims in the Holy Land, accelerating Europe's Renaissance by decades. Epilogue. Baldwin IV finally passes away in 1195, buried in Jerusalem with both Christian and Muslim dignitaries attending his funeral. Richard, still in England, mourns the loss of a friend and fellow king. The memory of their alliance becomes a legend, a rare example of unity, courage, and faith prevailing in an age of war.